Okay. So I'm just starting this about a minute or two early, just to see if the audio is going to be okay. So, fingers crossed it will be. I'm just going to keep randomly chatting and hope everything sounds alright. I can't test it myself, that's a silly thing really, but yeah, hopefully any of you guys who jump on over the next few minutes you'll be able to hear me okay. And as far as I know it's okay. I haven't really done much to it. I'm using just a built-in webcam here. Saves me setting up another one. That might be out of sync with my voice, because normally when I go through the capture card they're delayed slightly, but I think this one might not be delayed. That's an easy fix if that's too much of a problem for people. But yeah, apart from that, hopefully you guys can hear me fine. I'm just waiting for a few people to jump in. As I said, we're just a little bit early. So yeah, Corvus Cabal. Actually, while I'm waiting for people to jump in, I would quite like to just touch up some of the grace here now. I have no idea what I've done on my grace here. I should imagine it hasn't gone far. Be around here somewhere. That's all full and grey. Don't think it's on my other greys. Where would I have put it? I mean, if not, I can just use a normal grey. Oh, that's right here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, as I say, hopefully you can hear me okay. If not, then yeah. Always the worst thing about these streams is trying to sort the sound out, but there you go. It's technology for you. Just gonna whack a load of grace here on the palette. And start coating this on. I might just write in the chat. There we go. Just in case people can't hear me, I have no idea, so. I can't really whack the gain up any higher. It'll start clipping as well. So even if it isn't too loud. So let's paint these actually on the camera, and I'm going to get a different sort of camera setup in here, so one what's a bit more comfortable with how I paint. I'll probably go for a top-down system. So yeah, just doing a thin grace here over, just to make sure you've got a nice flat surface, because I'm going to use some contrast paints on a couple of the areas. Not all of them, but just a couple. Mainly the skin and the trousers. So you need a nice flat surface for that. So the spray covers pretty well, but still need just that little bit more. Reese Taylor says, hey dude, any tips for water effects? You can actually buy really good products for water effects. Never try and do like just a blue. Would be water is typically more sort of greeny, I suppose. Obviously it depends on the surroundings. Be blue if you're going for a nice blue sea, but typically for rivers and lakes and stuff it's more of a muddy sort of greeny colour. Then you can get like products like water effect that goes on top. Have any on hand? I do have a triple thick stuff. That's quite good. This stuff's pretty good. Triple thick, brilliant brush on gloss glaze. That works well as a really good water effect. I don't think it's that expensive, but you can buy some really good sort of clear water effects stuff. You put that on top, and look really nice. What am I doing with my brush? What did I do with my brush? It's right there. Gwen Payne says, evening lad. Hello, thanks for joining me. I assume everyone can hear me okay then. I always get so paranoid about the mics because they sometimes don't work, but even though they're supposed to. So yeah, just whacking on grace here at this stage. Audio is top. That's what we like to hear. No pun intended. I mean, last one I did, I think it was the last one or the one before, just audio was just playing up no end, and it's just the software being a dick. But I got it fixed, sort of, during that episode. It's a tough one to test because you listen to it back, it goes all echoey and horrible. I suppose I could just use headphones like a normal person. Slapping an order in tomorrow for lots of bases. Love the website, lifesaver for bits. Awesome. Definitely good for bases. We have loads. Yeah, that'll you put an order in tomorrow. That'll probably be dispatched on Monday. Don't work at weekends, and I might not be working tomorrow. That's dependent. That's not dependent on me though. So we'll see. I'm hoping I can find a time to get outstanding orders done for tomorrow. Otherwise I've got a very busy Monday. I'm just going over my entire miniature. I don't really need to. Just the skin and the trousers, really. They look top, those Walkway minis. Yeah, the Corvus Cabal are amazing. If you want to know what colour scheme I'm going for, for those who might not have seen this guy on socials, this is a scheme. This is the only one I've actually painted. So I thought tonight would be a good time to get started on these. So you can see I've got the white, which is just the contrast paint, and then the flesh is just Gilliman flesh. I'm not going to take too long on these miniatures. Spend a bit more time on the feathers. So that's lush that. Cheers. Do you have any other factions? Yes, I actually have all of them. My iron golems are quite heavily converted though, because I went sort of Nurgle on them. I've already painted the Untamed Beasts and the Cypher Lords. And I think that's it. My Split and Fang, I've done a couple of conversions, I weren't too happy with them, so I might redo them. And my Unmade are up here. No longer unmade, but they're about, there's one. I've changed the heads on them. I've gone for like these Slaneshi type heads, because they're all going to be Slaneshi. I've kept the head on that one, just changed it on all the others. There's another one there. And the big leader guy for them, I've given him some claws, because I wasn't really too fond of what he had. And I'm just going to green stuff like a fold over on his hood, rather than that stupid skull thing, because I'm just not a massive fan of it. So yeah, What other factions are there? Is it just a 6 at the moment? I don't know. I think it is, isn't it? And I'll get new ones when they come out as well. I do love Warcry. I've now built and painted some Nighthaunt for them as well. And you're going to be seeing that on our channel for Halloween. So this isn't one for Warcry, but this is a scheme I'm going for the Nighthaunt. So yeah, I've got a nice little group of them as well. Yeah, the miniatures are just so nice, and the game's really good as well. It's nice and simple. We really enjoy it here. I've painted up a zombie dragon as well, so we're going to hopefully get in the mission with the zombie dragon as well, and hopefully release them both on Halloween. But I won't be playing in the Nighthaunt one. That'll be the 2 girls, so Katie and Ingrid will be playing. Oh, excuse me. Katie and Ingrid will be playing that one. Katie's going to take the Nighthaunt, and Ingrid's going to take the Untamed Beasts, because she's quite a fan of them. And potentially, possibly me and Ingrid, or me and Katie will play the one with the zombie dragon. So that could be quite cool. Hopefully. I say hopefully, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to film it next week. We've already got a Age of Sigmar battle report for next week filmed and ready to go, finally. So look forward to that, because it was a really good game actually, and just final turn was so good. I also have a Skaven painting tutorial going up tomorrow for anyone who likes a Skaven. I'm not sure I've got any examples of them lying about, like this one. So this is still halfway through, but this is technically, essentially the scheme that my Skaven are going to be. I've done a painting tutorial for that, because I can knock these up really quick with contrast paint, so I thought I'd do a little quick and easy tutorial for them. And I've already put it on Instagram as well. I've also got a tutorial for doing the cloaks on these guys. This really sort of rugged, worn look. That'll probably go out at the end of next week. So yeah, lots of content coming your way, guys, and it's all ready to go, apart from just all Warcry stuff. I also have an idea for a Warcry video I want to film as well, which I'll probably try and do over the next couple of weeks. Just add Age of Sigmar, any tips for a Seraphon army? Do you know, one of the few armies I'm not all familiar with rules-wise. Everything looks awesome in Seraphon though, so I don't think you can go wrong looks-wise. I don't know really, just whenever it comes to an army, I always say just get what you think looks cool and then just build a legal list out of it. So you'll probably need Saurus Warriors and Skinks for your battle lines, but anything else, just get what you think looks cool. Yeah, like I say, I'm not too familiar with the rules, and I don't think I have their book either. Right, so just waiting for that to dry now. So, as always, regular viewers will know that I always have a drink and chocolate, whatnot, so it's Pepsi tonight. And my snacks are Milky Way and fudge. And Cadbury's fudge is amazing. For those of you who might not be familiar with it. They're so good. How he says I'm regular as well. And hopefully, so will these streams be soon. Thanks. Lemon flesh. Apothecary white. So the first two. I'm probably just gonna paint the feathers in the more traditional way, using regular paints. Yeah, I reckon so. This one looks pretty dry. Actually not colored to do armour, because I don't think this one had any armour. I'm very well, thank you. Yeah. Can't have too many complaints, I suppose. Yeah, Aloe said recently these are a bit sporadic, but touch wood, very soon I should be able to do them weekly or every other week on a Thursday. It looks like it's going to be Thursday. So yeah. I want to get a bit more of a permanent setup in here. I mean, if I had it my way, and I'll probably do it in the future, I really want to rip everything out of here and just build my own desk. Something with better storage and better space for all the peripherals and such. And I need a new PC as well, because my other one's died, so I'm just using my laptop tonight. So, which is what I usually use to stream anyway, because my other computer was crap. So it'd be nice to get a good one in here, and then I'll be able to stream in here all the time. I'm fine with this, I always rewatch them, I never miss any. Cool. I do get curious about whether people rewatch these or not. Because obviously they're quite long videos. Longer than Bat Reps. IKEA is your friend for that, built my own over a weekend. Yeah, I'm going to have to get on IKEA and just have a look around. What I really want, obviously paints, here's just an example. You know, you can get these things from GW now. If I hold them up to the other camera, you guys know what I mean. These things. Obviously I've got loads of these because of all my paints on them. But just some sort of storage system, because they don't take up a lot of space, so if you had like a really good little system for them, you could just, I could just have them at hand right here. Maybe in little slide-out drawers or something. Rather than just all over this desktop over here, they take up loads of room. I haven't had Cadbury's Fudge for ages, it's amazing. They're good to put on and paint along to like a podcast. Yeah, I watched a few others myself, and that's certainly the case of them, so I'm glad that's also the case for this one. And it also helps me get stuff done as well. So I'm sad because today I sold my well-painted necklace sphinx. Oh no. Hope it went for a lot though. But I made my goal. I painted all the miniatures I had. That is just unheard of. No one does that. I'll never reach that goal. However, I'm trying to sell some more stuff. I'm trying to be a bit stricter now because I just don't have the space for all the miniatures I own. I'm a Sparky by trade. Bloke at work said his daughter worked there. You know your boy here used her staff discount. Oh nice, they actually give them a staff discount, do they? That's good. Right. Sorry if I keep going out of shot. I'm just. So yeah, Apothecary White. It's not really white. It should be called Apothecary Grey because it's dries a very light grey more than a white, but still looks okay for this scheme. So this one's got a top on. I'm gonna do white as well. Most of them are bare-chested. That one wasn't because it was a female. This one's a female as well. She's got a sort of strapping going on. But I'll paint her white for the underneath. I'll do the belt to them, sort of like Mornfang brown. Well, that seems to work alright actually. The only thing left to sell is a Magma Cannon, €55 right now on eBay, and then I'm done. Sphinx only for 88. That's not too bad though. So, a bit too much on the brush. Guilliman Flesh, such a nice colour. I still want to experiment a bit more with these contrast paints. I think that's a flesh area. I have some ideas, like in theory, for stuff like what to do with them. It's just whether they'll behave themselves. At least putting this fresh one on does give them some colour. A little bit thicker though. It's so weird to use paint so thick, but you sort of have to with these. So I think that's a flesh areas on that guy. Just have just in the eyes there. A little bit as well. I know you are collecting Chaos Dwarf, so here's the deal. I set €75 minimum I want to get. If I don't get that, I send it to you as a gift for all the months I was not a patron. Okay. Well, I kind of hope you get that though. Yeah, I haven't done anything on Chaos Dwarfs for a while actually. I've got one of the sort of tank things from Forge World, but some of them kits, they just come in so many pieces that it's just so overwhelming and so hard to get motivated to build them, especially when Forge World's instructions are so bad. Oh, I'm just wondering whether he had bits behind his head as well. So the scheme for the feathers is based off, is that all just a glove on that hand? Yeah, that doesn't need to be flesh. The scheme's based off the American Blue Jay. I thought they were quite interesting. I want something different. I don't want the dark sort of raven style. So I went with something a bit lighter. There's a little hair at the top there actually, so that's okay. That can be hair. This guy can have some flesh now. Currently painting some Mirkwood elves for a tournament in December. Nice. I do like the Mirkwood elves, they're very nice. Yeah, so our battle report that we've got coming up, I used for Cities of Sigma. It was quite interesting. I used what I had. But I'm quite liking the book. It's good if you want to just sort of start using the old stuff, so you could build a nice little empire army. Or high elves. Well, not high elves. Dark elves, definitely. Dwarfs. Wood elves to a degree. I mean, high elves to a degree as well. Greetings from sunny Palm Springs. Hi, thanks for joining us. In fact, it's been pretty sunny here today. Not warm though. Not warm, but sunny. And it's a lot nicer in Palm Springs. I went to my hobby store today to switch to army painter colours. It was the first time I did that. Somehow I always stick to Citadel though. I hate those pots, but I do love Citadel. Yeah, I'm with you there. I mainly use them because they're the ones most people use, so when I'm doing paint tutorials on that, I sort of feel like I have to use them for that. I'm so familiar with all the colours. Obviously contrast is handy. You've got a little bit on there, so let's get that off. I hate when it pulls up in places it shouldn't do. A fan of contrast then? Yeah, definitely. Don't want to overuse it though. But for certain things, it speeds up the process quite nicely. There's a few different ways I want to experiment with them to sort of use them differently than just slopping them on a light undercoat. So I need to play around with them a bit more. But yeah, I've got a painting tutorial out tomorrow where I speed paint some Skaven using mostly contrast paints, and I was really happy with the results on them. You can see I can just get around these miniatures so quickly. I do like expanding my paint range. I really like the two-tone paints by Green Stuff World. Yeah, I've seen them, they look really nice. But I haven't played around with them. I might have to get some. I'm too chicken for all-in contrast painting. If you just want to get a few, definitely get Gilliman Flesh. It's great for flesh areas. Skeleton Horde's quite handy for bone roll. I do find it a little bit too dark, but you can soon add a highlight over it. And the white's pretty handy. So skin there, I think his hair starts up there. I don't really know what colour to do for hair. But cross that bridge. Most people I know use it on a white undercoat though. You just use it on grey primer. Yeah, I just use it. This is just on grey sear. Essentially you've got grey sear, Wraithbone, and Corex white with over 3 colours GW recommend as your base coats. And they all give pretty nice results, but for these I just want to use grey sear. For the Skaven I used a Wraithbone. I'm not sure I've got any in that colour. Yeah, so they have that sort of bony colour, and it's all painted on top of there. So the green's quite nice. I'm just surrounded by all sorts of miniatures up here. You have to use gloss black as a base primer for the best effect if you get some. Oh, for the colour shifting paints. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some videos on them and they do look really cool. I'll have to get some and try them out. I'll try a pale purple colour with the Corvus Cabal and golden mask. I'll send you an email for layers. Cool. Because I'm on the laptop, I can access emails, but I don't have them up on another screen, so if any is sent, just yell at me. And I'll try and remember how to show them up on the screen. Got a little bit messy with that one. Take some of that away. I think we need a little bit just in there. Yeah, I think pale purple with the gold will look really nice. I don't really know what colour to do my mask. I've gone like just a light bony on the other one. I think that worked alright actually. For anyone who was late, this is the scheme that I'm going for. I'm really happy with how this guy came out. So yeah, sort of the white blues, a bit of gold in there, a bit brown. It'll work quite well. I think that is actually contrast paint, that brown. Let's find out which one that is. I haven't used any Citadel since I moved from the Netherlands. I fell in love with Vallejo since it's a lot cheaper here in the US than it was in Holland. Oh, and yeah, Vallejo paints are brill. I love the model air range. And thanks. I'm really happy with that. That seemed to went down quite well on social media as well, that one. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Vallejo. And they're in dropper bowls as well. Right, so almost done the fresh areas on these ones. I just got a couple of the other guys as well. A little bit in there. Don't have to be too neat with some of this. I really like this guy, so let's get some contrast on him. I don't know where the join is though, that's a bit crap. Was that a top he's got on there? Yeah, he's got a top on there, never mind. We'll go around that. I will get that repainted. I think it's actually, is it all women? Must be. Has a very manly face though. I can't find a decent conversion chart to compare Citadel to Vallejo, and the ones on Dagger are outdated. Yeah, I suppose you've got to convert the old Citadel paints to the new ones, and then convert them to Vallejo, which is a bit of a pain. Let's go with a close enough scale. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just colours, aren't they? Won't be able to match them, but blue is blue. If you get a similar enough blue, then you get a similar enough finish. So I don't even know what blues I used on here, so that's going to be fun. Oh, lovely. Right. Look at this other guy. That is very flimsy. But I like how he just has some random dude's head in his hand with like blood dripping off the neck. Because why wouldn't you? And I think this one's a woman as well, but a skin area around there. So I'll have to neaten up the clothing on these two, but it doesn't really matter. Don't have a lot of skin areas, which is nice. What does a bottle of Vallejo runabouts in the UK? I have no idea, but I could probably find out. Sorry to say that. I've got loads of messages on here, I really should probably answer them. What are we looking at for Vallejo? Let's look on eBay. Because I'm quite curious to know, because I just bought like the set, so... Well, quite expensive on eBay, about £3. £2.30 on that one, but there's delivery. It's quite a lot really, because I think the GW paints are about £3. But that is on eBay, so... We're going to go to an actual shop. Oh, this is great TV. When games sell them, well, it sells sets. They won't sell the actual paints. So if you watch a set isn't bad, it's 15 quid. You get about 8 paints in there. Not bad value. Yeah, so if the set's around sort of 15 quid for like 8 paints, so that's not too bad at all. Actually, that's just over 2 quid a paint. So. That's pretty good. Ah, nice. Right. So that's the flash arrows. Oh. For those of you who don't have Cadbury fudge in wherever you live, you must know. That's just so good. I'm gonna grab Iron Hands Steel. Oh, sugar. Almost put my drink then. Luckily I had nowhere to fall because there's so much crap on my desk. Right. Iron Hand Steel was one of the newer paints from GW and I really like it. But sometimes I find lead belcher is just a little bit too dark for what I want. So this is great. Probably needs a bit more of a shake than that, but I really like the scale 75 metallic paints. I've mentioned that on previous shows before. They're really nice. So if you're looking for alternative metallics, then scale 75 are brilliant. So I think get all these metallic areas done nice and quick. I don't like using light greys from the contrast paints for metallics, that's just stupid. But, you know, I can see that you're not going to get metallic versions of contrast paints. It's obviously a technology which is way beyond anyone. So I'm really just focusing on the blades at the moment. There might be other little metal areas. But I think it's going to be a lot actually. I think maybe after I've base coated these blades I could maybe then look into all the blue feathers, which obviously will take a while. How are we doing for time? Not too bad. 3/4 of an hour in. I started a couple of minutes early as well, just to make sure everything was alright. So I think I'm going to make some very good progress with these. little metal arrows on there. Come on, one more. Oh, this guy's got some claws as well. We'll get on them in a minute as well. Got this sort of claw spiky thing in there. Well, my laptop fans are really going for it now. The Cabal reminds me of a book by Clive Barker. I can't say I'm familiar as I'm terrible for fiction. Oh, I've done little claws as well, so I'll do them in a sec. It was made into a movie called Nightbreed. Cool. With a title like that, you know it's going to be good. That's brushes. Bit shit. You guys in UK alright? We in Europe could order something online today, and if it arrives after the 1st of November, it could have a 30% tax slapped onto it. Oh really? Why is that? Is it a Brexit-y thing? It still might not happen. Cool, yeah, I'll worry about the armour in the future. That's my problem when I lived in the Netherlands still. Crazy taxes on US imports I paid through my nose. Yeah, we still get some ridiculous import fees now and then. Some stuff outside of Europe. Well, that's probably going to change. If you order from GW Store, it's deceptively charged in euros. Show the Spanish flag, but it's really a UK import. Oh, right, okay. Here in Spain, US imports are 21% of the value of the item plus for shipping costs, and they charge admin fees on top, etc. Ouch. I don't know what it is here. I don't really order much stuff from overseas at all. Blues. Got the blues. Cheapest I ever able to get stuff was when I lived in Japan. That's quite surprising, actually. What blues have we got on there? I think really I want to go for for mid-tone. I'm not too fussed about staying the same as them. Stores always have price wars over there. Nice. Bitzbox says you're missing to dress up as an orc, go to Bonsoir Barnier in Brussels and show him how it's going down. Yeah, he's not the issue. Trust me, I don't know how it's spun on mainland Europe, but the EU are not the issue. Shall not increase GW prices. GW could do that all by themselves. So I'm not sure if Cabal Sky is quite bright, so I might not actually go with that. A bit too bright. So we shall go for maybe Calgar Blue. That's too light. Aortic. Alotic Blue. I think that's the one. Yes, that's the one. Beautiful. Paint over that Cabal Sky when it's done. Oh, give it a wash with purple. That might be an idea. That's much better. That is much better. So I'm going to paint all the feathers, all these bits on the back. Maybe like the actual singular feathers I'll leave normal, but maybe these clumped bits on the back could have like a nice purple wash to make them look different. That'd be quite cool. I don't want to do too much on them. Yeah, the Corvus Cabal is a Warcry warband. Take Magic the Gathering for instance. Here in the US I pay $4 for a booster. In Japan I could easily get them for about $2.50. Nice. I'm cheap and will only use existing models. To be fair, you could use anything in Warcry. I do want to do a video on that actually, because you know, unless you're at a tournament or something, or you're just playing against dicks, there's no reason why you couldn't use almost anything and just use the rules for other factions. I want to do a little video talking about that and use my Skaven as an example of how you can have a little Skaven warband. Because it's ridiculous they're not in it. Yeah, go crazy with conversions as well. I would love to sort of just... I mean, my Iron Golems are quite heavily converted, but I would like to just convert something crazy from scratch for a little warband as well. Highly recommend it. I sort of second your opinion there. Having said that, I bought Warcry Terrain plus cards plus starter set and expansion rules. So not too much then. Yeah, the Corvus Cabal are nice and grim, unless you paint them up in whites and blues. So I thought we had some more. So yeah, something sort of like that. Oh, I have a lot of blue to paint. Strap in tight, guys. Well, I sent you an army a year ago, the one with the bomb arrows. It's my Isar Mason company. Send you some pics on another stream or Insta. Does ring a bell, definitely. Is that a feather? That's a feather. No, they don't sell the terrain cards separately, that's very true. Just splatter some blood spray. Yeah, that'll make them nice and grim. And do the bird blue as well. I'll add some extra details and such to him. Yeah, it's annoying because I won't mind the cards terrain set, the terrain cards for the mausoleum, because I've got the set. I just don't want to buy it again just to get the cards for it. They are bringing a book out soon, which will have a lot of stuff in it. So whether that will include any of them, because I think it's going to have all warband rule cards in the book, like a little compendium. Whether I'll have terrain or not, I don't know. That is really like, I mean, can you see that is that little bit there that's held on by that's fallen off at some point. So place your bets on when that will be. Hey Bitzbox, etc. Over the past 4 years I've had around 400 parcels delivered to my property, and all of them except one arrived intact. One got burnt in a postal van, but recently a French bits company mailed me something via La Poste, and it never arrived. Just went missing, so I got a refund. It's very suspicious. I always use tracking from now on with bits or things from France. It does happen. Unfortunately, we have parcels go missing as well, because Royal Mail are shit. No other way of putting it, really. They're just shit. So, I mean, it does happen. You might have just been unlucky. See, we don't offer tracking because for tracking outside of the UK, it's just so expensive. I think La Poste and Colissimo in France are bad. Oh, okay. In some countries, you just have terrible postal services. There's some guy, I don't know what country he was in. Doesn't matter anyway. But he had 3 orders from us go missing, and I had to tell him just not to order. Because obviously we have to refund them for that. It's not his fault if the country's delivery company are terrible, but yeah, we can't afford for stuff to just keep going missing like that. Cool. I think that's all the feathers on him. I always come back. This original one's now dry, so let's go over that. Again, at this stage, I'm not being massively neat. I know when stuff goes missing, we refund them ourselves. Trying to get money out of Royal Mail would be like getting a blood out of a stone. Because obviously we don't have tracking on them. If they had tracking, then it'd be different, but then it would cost us a fortune initially to do that. So we just take the hit. I mean, it's such a small percentage of orders what happens, so it is unlucky for anyone who does have an order go missing. try sending stuff to Russia and South Africa, you have about 50-50 chance of it just evaporating. The US don't even insure packages anymore to Russia unless there's a few major cities. I can't say we get many orders to either of them. We've definitely had some go to both, but yeah. Ingrid, who works for us, I think her mother is South African, so she told us all about some of her let's say stuff about South Africa, so my order was only €14, so it wasn't too bad. It was just some orc stuff that I could not find anywhere else, and I think an Ultramarines Rhino hatch. That's cool. So I assume from the Ultramarines Rhino hatch they sell some Forge World stuff as well. We used to do that. Then one day I realised, what's the point of doing that if I can't even keep the regular stuff all stocked up? Try and focus on that first. Do you got any Orc Shooter stuff on your site and Rhino Hatch? It's been a few weeks since I looked on your shop, but definitely restocked some Orc stuff recently. I think the Looters and the Knobs have definitely been restocked in the last week. We don't have no specific Rhino Hatches unless you want Black Templars. We don't restock vehicle bits anyway. But I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what's in stock or not, you know. We have about 10,000 different products now. I trust Royal Mail International to Corvus, Spain. Yeah, to be fair, you know, Royal Mail are shit and we get stuff go missing, but 9 times out of 10 stuff gets delivered. I know sometimes they're tracking, they can sort of track it in this country, but then as soon as it leaves this country, you sort of then lose it, which is a bit rubbish. Cool. But La Poste Colissimo from France is a gamble. Harry says, good night guys, it was a pleasure. I will rewatch as always tomorrow since it's Hobby Friday. I will start on the converted Coven throne I sent you. Oh, nice. I look forward to having a look at that. My phone's going a bit haywire. What's going on there? Sorry. Right. Got a few eBay bids. Haha. That's good. I've got a few little bits and pieces on eBay at the moment. There's some odd bits that I've found. Let's have a look. I had to write to a bits company in France to convince them that I'm not a crook and inform them that I'll place bigger orders in the future with Tracken. You shouldn't have to convince them. We've had this discussion before, quite recently actually. England was quite curious, asking like, you know, if the order goes missing, like, do you always believe them? And like, well, you have to take the customer's word. You know, there might be the odd person who has said, oh, my order hasn't turned up, when they've got it there and they just want the money back. That, I'm sure that doesn't really happen all that much, you know. People can't be bothered to take their time out to go to all that trouble just for like a few quid, you know. What do you do if someone orders £120 worth of stuff? You must have a tracking option for that. Yeah, we sort of have a rule that if it's over X amount, we'll send it tracked. But no one really orders that much. Probably in the 13 years I've been doing this, I've probably had about 3 or 4 orders over 100 quid. That's probably about it. There are lots of unscrupulous people in Spain. Pepe orders £50 of stuff, and you never hear from him again. Later he sells them bits on eBay in Spain. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be the odd dodgy person, but I like to think that all our customers are pretty genuine. Anyone watching this now might just order and then ask for a refund. But as I said, it's a lot of hassle for just a few quid. Okay, sorry, I keep not even looking at the camera half the time, but I think we are in shot, aren't we? There's a feather hanging off the back there. So, just over an hour in and making decent progress on these guys. I was so paranoid I even went on eBay in France and Spain and looked for those missing pieces. Yeah, if they're smart, they'll wait a few months. Pig heist for Pepe then. Okay, so some furs just under there. Cool. 2 more. We're getting how it's blue. I'm going to give a brush a rinse out because I don't want the all to dry up on the bristles. Oh. Just killing my back a little bit as well. There we go. It's just a bit too thin. There we go. Bits or anyone, have you been to Warhammer World on a non-events day and was it worth it? I have. Yeah, definitely worth it. When we went there, we were just there for a few hours. It's still really hard to get parked. So God knows what it's like when there's an event. If we went like just on a morning and a weekday, there's a fair few people in there. Is Warhammer World in a spooky industrial estate just outside Nottingham? Oh, you bet your ass it is. Yeah, they actually have quite a large car park, but it was full. Yeah, but it's well worth a visit. You know the exhibition halls are really cool. Certainly take. You spend a good hour going through them. Then you got the I mean, there's not a great deal to it, really. The exhibition place is quite cool. Obviously, you got the big sort of main hall where people game in and whatnot, and then you got the Forge World shop, which is worth going just for the Forge World shop. And of course, they've just got a sort of big GW store there as well, with a little black library corner, and yeah, it's cool. And of course, there's Bugman's as well, which is great. So you cannot walk from Nottingham Town Centre to Warhammer World without fighting through barricaded streets full of post-apocalyptic world punks. I don't actually know what the distance is from the town centre to there. It's probably a good walk. Nottingham's such a lovely place, though. Certainly won't go back up that way. There must be buses. Must be. Of course, they have a tram system as well, but it doesn't go up Warhammer World Way. It's more just through the centre. To be fair, you say about going out on non-event days. Sometimes the event days can be a bit disappointing. Many years ago, and seeing I went free, yeah, it was worth it. Crazy busy though. Yeah, I think Wayne Jab and Katie went up on one of the last events, and they said it was just too busy. I think that's when the contrast paints first came out. And they were sort of giving people free miniatures to sit down and use contrast on, and they just couldn't get one because it was just too busy. And then, yeah, I think some people were getting like 2 or 3 miniatures, and then others were getting none. It was just not greatly organised. What can I do to hair? So I've got like a darker blue around the top on this guy, so I might do that on these dudes at some point as well. We are getting somewhere though. So with a mask here, it looks like I've probably gone Skeleton Horde and then just gone over with a lighter colour. So I may do that. Not sure if that's the colour I used for the straps. I need to find that out. But let's do Skeleton Horde. Let's get that on the masks. So you can see, this is the bone colour. You can see it's quite dark. So I'll definitely sort of go over these areas, like a bleached, well, or shabby bone I should say, bleached bone, using old money there. I don't really know what's going on with this one too much. Pulling up too much around the eyes, but it's not the end of the world if it does. I have to look up Bitzbox art for some of these masks. You fully see what's going on around them. Some of them are quite straightforward, but others have all sorts going on. And he's got like a bottom jaw as well. I do really love the look of these guys. It's so cool. Cool. You'll do that colour as well. I'm so old that I remember Space Hulk coming out and buying it at the time. I was heavily into D&D and such. Nice. Was that an original one? I do love D&D. We haven't played it for ages. We did have a few games on the channel. They weren't overly popular, so it's hard to sort of get motivated for it, but I absolutely love playing D&D. I want to do a campaign where I'm a player rather than a DM now. It's nice being a DM, but it's so much more fun being a player. In my opinion. Yeah, I never played much of Space Hulk. I did have, when it was redone, I did pick it up. The miniatures are beautiful. Right, so yeah, I've actually been doing contrast paints, and that's probably going to continue for a bit. So I think Agorist Dunes is the brownie colour I use. I'm going to have to test that. So what I like to do is I just like to just test it on the base. Yeah, that's about right. Even if it's not right, it's quite nice. Let's do it on... I don't know actually, I might go... I want something a bit darker actually. I'll go something a bit darker. It's not quite the one I used on the other guy. Was that Gore Grunter? Let's have a look. Might have been Gore Grunter Fur. Yeah, I think it's Gore Grunter Fur. So we'll use that instead. That's better. So I'm going to paint it on these bands around the arms. I'm applying it quite heavily because I want it to be quite dark. I use it on all the belts and straps and stuff as well, but I'll start by doing these bands around the arms. Okay. And I quite like the little sort of texture it sort of leaves when it dries as well. You don't want it perfectly smooth, really. Gives a nice effect if it's not, in my opinion at least. But yeah, I've got all these little belts and stuff to do as well. So that's all one glove. Around there. I'm doing these bits rather than the belts just because they're easier to do on the camera. And belts will require a bit more time and patience, which might be easier to do off camera. I may do their little armour plates next because a couple of them have some armour. I think I might just go silver with gold trim on that. Nice and easy. And they've got their sort of belt buckle things as well, which I've done sort of silver and gold on the other guys, so that'll match up with that. That's this guy's hand out by the looks of it. So I'll come back to that. More. Oh, two more actually, because a guy hiding at the back there. So that's that area on the wrists. I'm going to paint some silver, armour areas. So about an hour and a half in. Doing really well actually. I'm quite happy with the progress so far. So let's get this whole belt buckle thing. And the silver will act as a nice base for the gold areas as well, which is always nice. This guy has a fair amount of armour. I think what I might do soon as well is wash all these silver areas once they're dry. Okay, I've got a feather hanging between under his belt there, so I'll sort that out later. The only thing when you do this sort of batch painting, I always end up missing something out here and there, but let's come back to it. I think he's barefoot under this armour as well. But again, we can come back to all that. Okay, so he's got some shoulder pad there. Cool. Are you a contrast paints advocate? I certainly like them. I don't swear by them, but they're certainly, they have their place and they're quite handy. Certainly for your rank and file stuff. If you just want to quickly get a warband out like I've done here, very good. But I do want to play around with them a lot more. Try some more advanced sort of techniques with them. At the end of the day, they are still paint. I've got some ideas in theory, it's just whether they work out that way. Because over here, a little model I tried when they first came out. I sort of tried doing like a power sword, and it didn't come out too great. So I need to sort of practice sort of doing that with contrast paints, but that's all contrast paint. So a bit more practice, I think, and they could work quite well. Because there's no reason why they shouldn't work as glazers. Once I thinned out a bit more, of course. I think that's it for him. These ones just have... Don't want stand up, stand up. Yeah, definitely looking to get a different setup when I'm more permanent. Because I'm painting on camera's fine, but stretch my back a bit. Really, I need to be up here somewhere. Which can definitely be sorted with a different setup. Cool. Now I just want to do the darker blue as well, which is not that colour. It's Night Lord's blue. I really like Night Lord's blue. So that's going to be these feathers around the collar areas. I'm going to be a slightly darker colour. And I'm going to leave that one, paint one in there. Mixes it up a little bit. So I'm going to go and do that on all of them as well. Just get a bit more comfortable for this. So that's what's going to be like, so sort of darker there, sort of lighter underneath. I'll get a wash on them. Maybe I'll do this and then I'll get washes on the black and the blues. I want to leave the washes till like the end of the stream because I don't be sitting here waiting for them to dry on camera. That'd be extremely dull, even more dull than this. I'm going to paint tail feathers that colour as well. I'll do more to the actual birds in the future as well. So I'm going to leave them ones bright, but I'm going to do these ones darker. Maybe just do that one. Make it a little bit more interesting. So we're really starting to come along now. So I've got a big feather there. last one for this colour. I'm thinking some of the hairs I could use some greys. I haven't used a lot for contrast greys, so I might try them out. Might quickly have a look to see what that looks like. We've got a couple of bluey greys there which could work. Maybe I'll do a brown of some sort as well. Let's have a look at the greys. We have Space Wolves grey. We have Griff Charger grey. And the very dark, maybe good old shake. A Basilicanum grey. There we go. Griff Charger looks a bit lighter. What's this one? Or is that the black? That's the black. So I think it's just them 3 greys. That Basilicanum looks quite dark. Never used this paint before, so I don't know what's really going to look like. Looks like a very dark grey. Not too bad. The other side of the hair we'll need to go over with greys here again. That's okay if you want sort of like a darky grey black hair. You could even leave bits clear to put a bit of a streak in them. Let's try it with... Let's give it to this dude as well. I can't say I'm a massive fan of this, but... Again, when you're trying to get stuff painted quick, they're really handy. It's quite nice for sort of darker hair. Let's try the Space Wolves grey. I have used a bit of Griff Charger grey before, so I know what that's like. I'm not going to clean my brush out actually, I'm going to mix just that little bit in with it. Let's use on this big one. Not too bad. There's a little bit of a skin colour on there, but it goes over it quite nice. It gives it a little bit of variation in colour anyway. Why do I give them all grey hair though? I don't know what's going on the head, whether it's got some sort of weird cap or something. I'll have to look at the art on the cards to get all that. That looks okay. I'm going to do one on the other guy over here as well. No, he's got some hair on his head. He's got a top knot as well. Because you won't be chaos without a top knot. Paint on looks like a little bit of blue there, but I'll go over that. I might add a streak to the hair on that and then maybe try a different colour. He definitely needs his hair painted over. He has a... yeah, he'll probably need a little bit as well. So I'll leave them guys. This guy you can't see his hair, although you can see the hair of the miniature he's holding. So I might go back to the Basilicanum grey for that. And paint his hair. Get nice and dark. Cool. So, we're done for time. We have 20 odd minutes. I'm going to get paddle wash for the blues, and I'm going to get a non-oil wash for all the metal areas. Let's get these washes on. I don't think it's going to take long to get them on, mind you. So let's put them over there. So going on quite heavily. but not let it pull up too much. I'm completely forgetting about their belt buckles. Let's get back and do them. There we go. That's them 4. And for the other 4, let's start with this dude. Oh, his bird is just wobbling, look at that. It's gonna come off. That'll come off during a battle. I'll stick some super glue or something on that. And he's got some armor plates. So the other guy have armor plates. I'll have to check that out. Some nice heavy black washing on there. Really help bring out that detail. Oh yeah, he had some armor plates, didn't he? Got distracted by the buckles. Just a little bit on there. I actually didn't paint the one on his leg, so I have to go back and do that. Again, there's always something you miss out when you patch paint like this, or at least I certainly do. Cool. That's just these two guys. Okay. He does not want to stand up. He really doesn't. Stand up. Go over there. Right. Oh, did I do your belt? Nope. There we go. Now you can stand up. And then the last one. Buckle there. Okay. Cool. So, next up is Vedrucci Violet. Get that on all the feathers, birds and whatnot. I don't know how heavy I want to go with this. I'll put a bit of water for that one. I can go a bit heavier. starts bringing out all that detail. Be careful not to get any on the trousers. Cool. Doing kind of darker colours as well. I won't show up too much on there, but still help. So one thing I like to do is use them little tubes that come with the brushes to hold the pots open. So yeah, I do plan on adding some other colours onto these feathers at some point as well. Just a few little lighter colours here and there. But we'll get this wash on. See how that looks. Right, so a couple more. Yeah, Beauty Violet works really well on this blue. Oh, it's bad. It just gives me nightmares. It's wobbling as I paint it. A little bit around there we don't want. So paint the backs of them. Get on that at some point. Normally when I batch paint these, I do miss the odd bits, but then what I do is towards the end I'll go through them one by one, going through all the bits that I've missed and just sort them out. Cool, so that's all the Gucci Violet wash. So about 8 minutes to go. 8 9 minutes. So I could do weapon shafts actually. I've been really liking Wildwood. Also I got Grinders quite good as well, but where are you? Wildwood's a really nice dark brown contrast paint. It goes over almost everything because it's so dark. So I'm gonna do it for the weapon shafts. And I think after that, that'll bring us nicely up to 10 o'clock. I've got the dagger, just missed a little bit there as well. Again, I'll use a little tube thing to keep the pot open. I can get in there with that brush. I'll use a smaller brush for there. Okay. Spears and such are really good in Warcry. Anything with a 2-inch range is quite good because you can get more than an inch away from your opponent, and if their weapon only has an inch range, then they have to use an activation to get close enough to hit you when they attack back, which is quite nice. So if you're new to Warcry and you want to build a list, then yeah, 2-inch range can make a massive difference if used correctly. Okay, so slowly getting there. Oops, same falling over again. Just a little bit on the top there. I didn't cover too great. Okay, cool. Not a bad place to leave it, so yeah, considering they started just as a grey clear undercoat, really starting to come along now, mainly thanks to contrast paints, but lots of other paints will be used to finish them off. I missed his hand and the back of his legs there with the contrast, so put him to one side to remember that. That bird is just frightening. It's gonna fall off. There's another one there. So yeah, I'll go lighter. Have a nice highlight to the masks, lighten them up, and some nice gold trim, and then paint the. And painted the other bit of it there as well. I always notice little things what gets missing, but yeah, they're certainly coming along quite nicely. I've probably add some lighter blues onto tips of the feathers just to make them a bit more interesting. Then I'll be able to do the bases. So yeah, sort that top out as well. But yeah, quite happy with how these are going. With the base, just to show you one again that I already painted. I'm going for a little snow base, so just sort of sand and then snow. Thought being white, you know, they're probably trying to camouflage a bit, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, not bad for a couple of hours work, I would say. Plenty of Corvus Cabal coming along quite nicely. I'll try and get them finished as soon as I can, and then I'll share them up on our social media. So just search for Bitzbox on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And I'm sure in a few days' time you'll see them hopefully completed. And I have lots of other miniatures on the go as well. So yeah, be sure to check out all our socials for all of that. Stay tuned on the channel. As I said earlier in the show, I've got a Skaven painting tutorial coming up tomorrow. Then we've got a battle report with the Cities of Sigmar versus Stormcast, probably Monday. And then I've got another painting tutorial as well. And then for Halloween we've got a couple of Warcry games, and there's probably other bits and pieces being thrown in there as well. So that's what's coming up on the channel for the rest of the month. And yeah, hopefully I'll try and get another one of these done in a couple of weeks, and then hopefully that'll be a regular thing. So thanks so much for everyone who watched, everyone who's been on the chat. Take care, and I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching.